It's home to the Seattle Sounders football team and the Seattle Seahawks NFL team, and it was built for noise. It's the loudest stadium in America, and it's going to need that noise tonight for one of these two sides. Egypt sit on top with 4 points, Iran and Belgium behind on 2 apiece, and New Zealand bottom on 1. Only Egypt's come away with a win so far, but a win for Iran and a win for Belgium could see Egypt having to go for the third place route. It is all to play for, and we are underway here in Seattle. Egypt going from left to right in their red shirts, black shorts and black socks, and Iran going from right to left. You will therefore have surmised going from right to left in their white strippers. Mohamed Salah gives away an early free kick to Iran, and it's going to have plenty of implications. It's been the talk of the town before this game, with lots going on around both sides not wanting to engage with the Pride match, which was nominated as the Pride match that Seattle were going to have before any sides were picked. But two nations which come from countries which aren't too engaging with that sort of thing, we shall put it. They've had their say on it, but it has been celebrated before the game, and that is the way of the land for Seattle. Then that is the way that these two sides will have to accept, as Iran tried to go for a ball towards the edge of the area, and away come Egypt on the counter-attack. There's a couple of players forward, but it's sitting on the left-hand side with Trezeguet, who's in that holding role up front, just trying to control the game himself, sitting in front of Mohamed Salah. He's coming in, and he's also plenty of experience. It's his 98th appearance for this Egyptian side. He's named after the French legend, shaped by Al Ahly and the Premier League as well, and scorer in Egypt's win over New Zealand last time out. I'll keep you up to date with the other scoreline between New Zealand and Belgium. All 4 sides can go through. We've just seen similar contests in Group H, with Cape Verde sneaking into 3rd spot on 3 points and 3 draws, and that could be the outcome in this group as well, with Iran sitting on 3 points as things stand in 2nd place, and Belgium just behind on 3 points. And how interesting this competition just keeps on going. The next round kicks off in just 2 days' time. We're flying through this competition. We're going to see teams go home. We've already seen a few on the plane. Tunisia heading home today after their result against the United States to ease the American hype that has kicked off the opening 2 games after their opening wins, including the win against Paraguay. But for one of these two sides, they could be going home as well. We could see 2 sides going through. It could be very similar to the Australia-Paraguay game, where both sides knew they were going through, and played out what could only be described as one of the most tame 0-0 draws you will ever see. Almost the same as the Austria-West Germany result back in, I believe it was the 70s, when both sides knew they were going through and played for a 1-0 Austria win, which sent both sides through automatically. Hopefully that isn't the case tonight, and hopefully there might be something happening in the Belgium-New Zealand game that might force the hand of both of these two sides. And it's Iran trying to get ahead early on in this game. They're driving down the left-hand side, of Mohammadi playing a little bit higher up on this left-hand side. They're playing a back 5, Iran. They played a 5 in the last game, but a little bit more defensive with 4 in midfield. This time they decide to go a little bit more attacking, as they have to try and find a goal, because they do know that if a result comes in from the other game, it is going to be the pressure on themselves. For 4 minutes gone into this game, 0-0, also 0-0 in the other game between Belgium and New Zealand. Nothing to shout about so far between either of these two sides. We'll keep you up to date with those 3rd place implications as well. Belgium, as it stands, have moved themselves into Snapshots at it, forced the keeper into a save, comes back out and it's found the back of the net. And Egypt strike early in Seattle. And it's Sabre who puts the Pharaohs ahead and finds the finish in Seattle. Egypt have carved their mark into Group G and they've risen again. And the Pharaohs have started as they mean to go on and put the pressure on Iran. And what a start that is. Forced by Mohamed Salah from the edge of the area. Pushed the goalkeeper Beravand into a save. All he could do was push it to his right-hand side, and Sabre was there to tuck it home through a crowd of Iranian bodies, and Egypt lead by a 1-0. And it was just simple football. It was just floated in from Rabiot. A lovely little chest down that came in from Zico to Salah on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Took it on to his left, forced the keeper Beravand into a save, and all he could do was push it into Sabre, who strikes for his second goal for country. The space finder and through ball player in his 16th cap has added his second goal in international football. The 24-year-old giving the lead to Egypt and potentially putting them into the knockout stages for the first time since 1934, and they were only in the knockout on that occasion because there was only 16 teams and it was a knockout competition at that point. But what a start that is for Egypt, and that throws this group wide open. Excuse me, and it also puts Belgium into second place as well, and it also has huge implications for those chasing the third place sides as well. The likes of Scotland will be tucked up in bed at 4 a.m. there. It's 7 minutes past 8 here in the evening, but over there they will be watching on in the very early morning with very tired eyes. But they may just have woken up a little bit and sensed that their side may still find a way in this competition, as will the Algerian side as well, watching on. They've moved out of that top 8 twice this evening, but for Cape Verde going second, Uruguay going out, and Belgium now going third in the groups. Both of those two sides have an opportunity, and South Korea also breathing a sigh of relief with that goal. But what a start that is from Egypt here in Seattle. But here coming around down the left-hand side. They're certainly not going to let this one lie with Mohebi. Trying to take on his man, but ever so good defending from Hani, playing right back this evening. Just gets his foot in and just clears it out and into touch on the near side. Iran trying to get on with it quickly. Back down into Mohebi. Repeat of the challenge between the two. Instead he tries to come back, but a lovely instep from Zico as well. And it comes back out to Mohamed Salah, who wins the free kick on Ali as well, who's just clambering over the back of him. And that finished through a bunch of bodies after Salah forcing the keeper into a save. With a perfect start for the Egyptians. They cannot ask for more. The only thing that can throw this group even more wide open would be a New Zealand goal as well. Belgium, Iran and New Zealand. Just a point separates them. Neither have a win to their name. Egypt controlling the group, and as it stands they will be going through, but Iran know that they have to score if they want to go through. Finishing third in this group will not be enough with 2 points. It is all about the future implications, and it's already getting a little bit testy early doors, and Mohamed Salah goes in for another challenge, and the referee, the experienced Polish referee, gives the free kick against Mohamed Salah on that occasion, but also a late tackle. And it was Abdelmonem at the back, just kicking through the Iranian captain. Big number 9, Taremi, to give the free kick again to Iran, and 10 minutes in, an opportunity for Iran to put the ball into the box. It's no booking, no coming for Abdelmonem on that occasion. It is very early still in this game, despite the fact that there already has been a goal. It's gone down inside the box. It's going to be a penalty to Iran. The kick came out, and that's why Mohamed Salah is protesting. It was on the edge of the penalty area, and the referee awarded a free kick, and he's turned it round for a penalty, and it's a chance for Iran to level it inside the opening 10 minutes. And it's Taremi, the man who's going to step over this one, against Choubert in the goal. The 59 goals to his name, the Iranian captain and all-time scorer for Iran, can restore parity from the penalty spot. The referee's ready. Taremi steps up, right-footed, saved by the keeper, comes back out and cleared from Egypt. And Iran cannot find the net, and they miss an all-important penalty inside the opening 10 minutes. And they'll have to find a way through another way, and the Egyptian fans in the ground are celebrating that one. The goalkeeper staying on his line, and what a save that is from Choubert. He's taken the gloves off El Shaarawy over recent weeks and months. The veteran number one, the 2018 keeper. He's kept 40 clean sheets in 77 games. He's not the man in goal. It's the man, Mustafa Oufa Choubert. The goalkeeping is in his blood. He's got the African Champions League clean sheet record, and he's keeping one then as well with that penalty save down to his left-hand side. It wasn't a bad penalty. The keeper's read it well. And Taremi with an all-important save, with an all-important miss in the opening 10 minutes. If it is going to happen, you've got to do it early on in the game because there's still plenty of time. Abdelmonem is down, receiving treatment as well for Egypt on the pitch, just holding that right calf of his. But what an action-packed opening 12 minutes this has been. Egypt lead by 1-0. Iran have missed a penalty. The side who have been in 4 of the last 6 competitions but have never made it out of the group stage, still chasing that first knockout appearance, have just missed a gilt-edged chance to give themselves a real hope and put themselves in a wonderful position. That will also be celebrated by the likes of Algeria, South Korea, Scotland and Croatia. Uruguay cannot go through. They are out with their 2 points. They lost to Spain. It sent them home. A huge upset with Cape Verde going through. It now means there's only really 3 teams that can find their way into the top 8, and that's Algeria, DR Congo and Scotland. And even Iran as well, if they can find us up here inside the area. Chance turning on the right, going for goal, and another superb save. They'll come back out, and then it's tucked away, and the instant reply and redemption for Iran. Iran answer back. Team Melli steady the storm and silence the danger. They're back level in Seattle. That penalty miss goes answered by Team Melli, and they've turned that turbulence into tournament steel, and that reverberates around the group and around the World Cup. And this is a game that we have on here. It's Egypt 1, Iran 1, and what a finish from the tight angle. It was well worked in from the left-hand side. It was beautifully taken on to the right from a short. Just drove towards the centre of the goal. It's then, by Ezatulahi. It's then come back on the right-hand side, and Rezain has tucked it away, and it might be a check. We're offside on this near side. It came out towards Mohammadi. who took it down, drove it inside the box after the pass from Mehebi, tried to take it onto the right for Chabert into a fine save down to his left-hand side, but all he could do was push it into danger. All he could do was push it into the Iranian right back. It's just chaos here. It's chaos on the commentaries. And from a tight angle, what a superb finish. The sliding tackle was coming in from Fratou, but he couldn't get anywhere near it. And Razani just puts it into the roof of the net. And inside the opening 15 minutes, it's Egypt 1, Iran 1. And what a game we have on here. And the tight angle after the Mohammadi shot from the edge of the box. The goalkeeper probably disappointed with that. There has been a change already made for Egypt as well, as they've had to bring on Yasser Ibrahim for Abdelmonim. The Al Ali man, the late blooming defender with a habit for important headers, including in the World Cup headlines and the AFCON knockout drama that we saw back in January, makes his way on. And Mohamed Abdelmonim, who plies his trade in France, injured earlier on in this game. The former attacker turned centre-back has had to come off and sits out, and he's just sat on the side with his head against the billboards. No, it's not a billboard. What would you call it? The hoardings on the outside, the advertising hoardings. As the corner goes Egypt's way, Salah takes it quickly and pushes it towards the edge of the penalty area. Down the right-hand side again. Opportunity to cross it into the box. On the near side from Ashore, and it goes out towards Zico, who just drags a shot wide and can't quite get it on target. And this early start is frantic, being watched by the president of the competition, who he won't give too much praise to in any sense of the imagination. But here comes Iran once again, trying to turn this game on its head early doors. That goal for Egypt in the opening stage of this game really gave Iran a kick up the backside, woke them up. They have an early answer as well. Make sure you're watching the game through your local network provider. Listen to the sounds through ourselves. Watch the pictures through your provider, because this is something you want to see and hear at the same time. It's again down towards Mohammadi in that back five, but playing a much, much higher wing-back role on this occasion, playing so high up the pitch. The ball comes back in towards the goal scorer, Saber, who just gets taken out inside his own half by Gordani. And the free kick goes the way of Egypt. And then a long ball over the top looking for Mohamed Salah, who just can't quite get these. He doesn't have the pace that he used to have, Mo Salah. The 34-year-old still technically with Liverpool until the first of the month. There's huge rumours he could be joining the MLS. The door has been opened for him, for the Egyptian king. He's chasing Hussam Hassan's national record, the coach for the national team. He scored and assisted against New Zealand. There's a late tackle, goes in on Zico. Mike Hernani, and he goes into the referee's book. And this is an exciting game earlier on. It's frantic. It's not like the games we saw earlier on with both sides being tepid. They know that this game has everything. I think New Zealand and Belgium are just going to sit and wait to see what happens in this more than anything. Mo Salah darting, trying to dance past one, but can't, just dive down to the right-hand side as he looked towards the byline to put it across, loses the ball. Cleared out towards the halfway line, but then just knocked down by Ibrahim, who gets one of his first touches. I don't think he was expecting to be back on the pitch too soon. He was replaced for this game. And then a free kick goes Iran's way, 10 yards inside, and the referee bringing out a yellow card for Saber again. And all of a sudden we're having plenty of bookings earlier on as the referee tries to keep this contest under his control. It was a bit of a loose challenge, a loose ball in towards the middle. And as he tried to get the ball, he just left the footing on Azatolahi. Did Sabre. And he goes into the referee's book. Iran trying to swing it down the right-hand side. The right idea, but not quite the right outcome. And goes out for a goal kick, looking for the goal scorer. So as it stands, Egypt still in first on 5 points. Iran back into second on 3. Belgium sitting behind them on 3 points as well. That'll come down to goal difference. Sorry, goals scored if it remains that way after they drew 0-0 last time out between those two sides. And New Zealand in fourth on 2 points. The New Zealand goal would put both Iran and Belgium out of that second spot. As the ball goes down the left-hand side for Egypt, and they're going to win a corner kick again, this time from the far side of the pitch. It's going to be Ashore who takes it, plays it towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It just can't quite settle down enough for Trezeguet, who was trying to just muscle off Kalazadahi at the back. It's come back out to the far left-hand side of the box. Drawn a little bit more in towards the middle. Space just opens up for a shot, but it's dragged high, wide, and over the top of the bar, but takes a deflection on the way through. It was Hani who had the strike. He took it on his right. Just took one touch, opened up his body, and then just flicks off the top of the head of Ezatolahi, who was stood on the edge of his penalty area. There's a VAR check going on in the game between New Zealand and Belgium. I'll keep you up to date with what goes on there. Remember, VAR checks also do happen with corner kicks as well, but when that comes through, we'll keep you up to date. But the corner kick floated in from the near side into the edge of the 6-yard box, but dealt with well. Bounces once, twice, and then just hacked high in towards the air. The keeper flaps onto it underneath, just palms it away. Mohamed Salah puts it back in towards the box, clear back out, and then a wonderful overhead kick from the edge of the area gets rid of the ball for Iran. But for a moment, the danger was lurking. It was Khalizadeh who got his feet all in a muddle, almost put it directly into his own goal, put Biranvan under all sorts of pressure on the edge of his box, and it's a penalty that's being checked for Belgium. Again, I'll keep you up to date about whether it's given or not and what the outcome will be there. But that will be found out here in a moment about whether that goes in. Belgium, who have been the far better side in that game. They've had all the pressure, all the momentum inside the first half of this first half. Here, it's been wonderful end-to-end football, and it has been not given, I don't believe. It's a no penalty for Belgium. It was Trossard, the man that went down inside the box. But VAR have decided no penalty there, and we'll finally get a bit of a breather in this game as well. It's the first hydration break, and both of these two sides giving it everything. They know what this means. Egypt haven't been to the knockouts since 1934, when it was a knockout-only competition. They've been in the tournament in 2018, 1990. They were the first African and Arab world side in that 1934 competition. They didn't make it in 1930 because of a storm after they were leaving. They got caught in Marseille. If you ever want to have an interesting competition story of pure chaos, have a look about that 1930 tournament. Some teams turned up, some turned up a week later and missed the entire competition. But it is a wonderfully interesting story. Iran themselves, they've been here 6 times before. This is their 7th, still chasing that first knockout appearance. 78, 98, 06, 14, 18, 22, and now 26. They've been in 4 of the last 6 competitions. They've never won more than once in this major competition. They haven't got the 3 points this time around just yet, but a win would send them through. Egypt home to more than 100 million people. It carries one of the most emotionally charged football cultures in Africa and the Arab world. They won the African Cup of Nations more time than any other country, but this tournament has historically been their missing stage. Iran's Team Melli are one of Asia's most consistent qualifiers and have a large visible diaspora following in the United States, especially on the West Coast. They won 3 straight Asian Cups from 1968 to 1976, but the modern major tournament breakthrough, that knockout place we keep mentioning, has remained just out of reach. As the frantic game of the opening 25 minutes goes on, so does the voice a little bit, so I'll take my own brief hydration break. With the Polish referee Zizmon Marcinak is one of the biggest names currently in world football, not quite to the level of Kulina, who was really a sensational referee. If you never grew up with him as a referee, he could command a pitch more than anybody else. He just commanded respect every single time he entered the pitch. You never saw the arguing with him, and he was also a terrifying looking fellow as well. But I did have once the chance to meet him many years ago. I was very young, but even then quite intimidated by him. I made me want to become a referee when I was about 13, 14. I did it for about a year as we're back underway after the hydration break. 26.5 minutes gone in this game, 1-1 between these two sides. Did it for about a year. That was over in England, and doing Sunday League football in England is not for the faint-hearted, particularly in the area I grew up in. You give a penalty away, you get threatened of violence and various other things that they would say that they would do. It was a very interesting time, but for a 15, 16-year-old getting into the game at that sort of point, because let's be honest, I wasn't very good at the sport itself. Hence the reason I'm doing the commentary and not playing at any sort of level. It was quite an eye-opener. And here we are. Egypt 1, Iran 1. Those third place sides, Ecuador, Sweden, Bosnia, Paraguay and Senegal, have now all qualified because of the results that have gone on so far. Senegal's win earlier on, that 5-0 win, to give themselves the goal difference and put themselves into that 5th spot of the 8 third place best teams, has been enough. The long ball goes over the top but goes out for a goal kick to Iran away to our right hand side. And the game just tries to warm up a little bit after that hydration break, ironically. So the 3 spots remaining. As it stands, Belgium occupy that 6th spot, Croatia 7th, South Korea 8th. Sitting outside is Algeria, who are still to play against Austria. Scotland can't play anymore. They could still get there if results do go their way. But over in the game between New Zealand and Belgium, there has been a goal. Trossard denied a penalty just before the hydration break. Well, he has given Belgium the lead, and that changes things in this game as well. Group G is now completely wide open. Belgium occupying 2nd spot. They go through automatically now as it stands. Iran in 3rd place. They would still go through in that 3rd place position. They've just swapped positions. It changes who they might face in the next round. Whoever finishes 2nd in this group goes away and plays Australia in the next round. A real opportunity to make the round of 16 for whoever finishes 2nd. Top of Group G. Well, they might find it a little bit different as well. They'll play one of the many third place teams on the 1st of July. The teams that we know are through already. We know the games that sides that we know confirmed where they're going to be confirmed. Germany will definitely be playing against Paraguay. France, Sweden, South Africa, Canada, Netherlands, Morocco. We don't know who Spain are going to play. They'll play second team in Group J, which as it stands is currently Austria. Second in K plays second in L as well, which at the minute is Portugal against Ghana. Well, DR Congo might have a say in that as they've got a game against Uzbekistan coming up as well. USA will play Bosnia and Herzegovina after their win to go through to the knockouts for the first time ever. It's a real tale of the tape is this tournament. Brazil, Japan, another really exciting one. Brazil were winners in Japan and South Korea in 2002. Not quite the same. Don't have the Iños anymore in the side, or the Does. No Rivaldo, Ronaldo, the best of the Ronaldos, I should add. Ronaldinho, Rivaldo. It's just missing those names, especially up front since they won. They've just never had a really good striker since. And when your best front man is Igor Thiago in that number 9, it certainly asks questions. Ivory Coast will play Norway. Mexico will play a third place team, we know that. Argentina against Cape Verde. Australia await Group G's second place here. And Switzerland also confirmed in their spot, but we don't know where they will play or who they will play just yet either. You can keep a tabs, you can get your calculators out. It's all a little bit chaotic. It's not like normal where we know who's going to play who. First against second, it becomes a little bit chaotic, and 2 second place teams can play each other as well in the next round, because there are 32 of the 48 going through, which means that eventuality has to take place. 1-1 though here after 2 goals inside the opening 15 minutes. Iran fell behind inside the opening 5 minutes, then missed a penalty before levelling it up. And down the right hand side, Egypt just trying to get the ball down the right hand channel. It's been a little bit slow since the hydration break, but it's Egypt just trying to get themselves on top, but can't quite get the cross into the box and goes out for a goal kick. 12.5 minutes before half time. This wonderful stadium here in Seattle. It was built for noise for the Seahawks and the Sounders. Converted to a grass surface as well for this tournament. There's plenty of conversation around the various turfs that have been put in America particularly. Mexico don't use artificial turf for their sports. And Canada. Has there been any controversy between Mexico and Canada before the start of this competition? America's taken it all. If you ask an American, they'll say every tournament should be given to America. They have had the biggest crowds ever in this competition, but that is simply because there are more games taking place, and they do have some big stadiums as well. It's also been in the Azteca, which has had the highest ever attendance in world football. It's where the final should be, at the Azteca. Mexico have only ever lost twice at that ground, and that was against Honduras and Costa Rica, and that's in 60 years. As an Englishman, that's a potential game going forward. I also worry about when it comes out to the edge of their area, but a snapshot from Madazayan puts it high wide and not very handsome over the top of the bar, and as the ground shows the current standings in Group G, it's Iran who have to wake themselves up a little bit, but it also means that if Iran do score, then it puts Egypt into 3rd place in the group as well. This table in this group can chop and change at any point, at any time. The only side that can't win the league is New Zealand, because they can't go above Egypt after that 3-1 Egypt win against the Oceanic country, beautiful country. Spent my honeymoon there for a couple of weeks with the wife. Absolutely incredible driving up and down New Zealand. Never been to either of these two places. They're linked with plenty of history. The pyramids, the Sphinx, Tutankhamun's tomb, and many other incredible sites. Iran also with some wonderful history, centuries old, as they give away a free kick though in the middle of the park, and it won't really help either side. Their histories on the world stage, or their histories in this competition either. One of these sides is surely will make it through to the next round and will end what has been many, many, many years of hurt. But on a knife edge at the minute, as it stands, both are still going through. If Belgium get another one or two, then it may just be an agreement between the sides here that a draw is enough. But the way this game is being played, neither side settling for it. Both want to get themselves into the top two. They want to have a better route. Going in with the lure of Australia in second place, winning the group, puts you against the third place team from either A, E, H, I or J, which at the minute is South Korea, Ecuador, Uruguay certainly won't be going through, so H is out. Senegal is also an option as well, and potentially Algeria. So there are some options, and it seems finishing second is certainly a better option for some than potentially finishing first in this group as well. So there is plenty on offer, and third place could also play against Switzerland. I think that is where they would be placed if you finish third now in this group, because of the other outcomes. Just trying to get the calculator out and work out eventualities. So top spot in this group seems to have a disservice compared to finishing second place. That seems to be the better option. But as it stands, it's Belgium occupying second, Iran in third. I think neither side will really care where they finish as long as they can get through. Here come Egypt on the edge of the penalty area, but a superb tackle goes in, and Iran are able to clear the line. 7.5 minutes then to go before half-time, and after that really frantic start, both sides just managed to settle themselves down in the game, but neither side really able to get control of it. As a free kick goes Egypt's way, halfway inside their own half, just hugging the far touchline. And the nerves will start to creep in as this game continues. It's the third meeting between the sides at senior level. The most recent was in the year 2000. A 1-1 draw in which Egypt ended up winning 8-7 on penalties in an LG Cup game. It's their first meeting in the finals, and a rare competitive collision between two nations with very heavy regional football identities. But here come Egypt down the left-hand side, just play it off the Iranian defender Rezaian, and out for a corner kick, and Egypt just trying to turn up the notch at the end of this first half to try and find a way to cement themselves at the top of the group standings. They'll take their time to load up the bots, but the reinforcements do make their way in. Standing over the corner is Ajour. Three runners go toward the near post, two towards the back. It aims towards the near post, but dealt with by the Iranian defence. It's just going to be hooked back in towards the box, but clear down the second attempt, and then a snapshot comes in on the edge of the penalty area from Zico. He just couldn't quite line it up and just drags it well wide. Sorry, from Saber, just drags it well wide of the right-hand post, and with more of it. The pressure that came in from the Iranians just closed him down ever so quickly. It fell to him. And Saber Only broke into the international side in 2024, has already made 16, 17 appearances now for Egypt. As his trade in Egypt with Pyramids and Zed. 3 other players, Lachine and Zico, also play for Pyramids in Egypt, as well as Hafez, who is on the bench. He's been sent down the right-hand side as Egypt continue to come with Hani. Can't quite get his touch right, and he just played it first time in towards the box, but easily defended again from Iran. The second ball falling on the edge of the Iranian half, just going to be putting hope more than expectation deep inside the Egyptian half. Then Egypt will just turn foul. A little bit of tennis going on between both of these two players. Mohamed Salah will then try and control the game and get it down to feet. Plays it nicely down towards the right-hand side, just tries to flip it back in. Here's Ajour, but it's a bit too close towards the goalkeeper. Beravand, the Ronaldo penalty stopper from 2018. Under scrutiny, but still Iran's most famous goalkeeping story. In his 87th appearance, a 33-year-old plays for Tractor. Of all sides, back out towards the edge of the area. Mohamed Salah is just stopped, comes back out, and then a shot from Trezeguet, blocked almost about a yard in front of him. Hit it with plenty of power, but straight at the Iranian wall that Egypt are struggling to get through over the last couple of minutes or so. 4 minutes to go inside this first half. Still 1-0 to Belgium in their game against the Whitecaps. Iran trying to win it inside the Egyptian half, and they have won it, and the referee gives a booking as well, and it looked a little bit harsh. I thought the free kick was going to go Egypt's way. It was the man who came on, Ibrahim, who just stepped across. He won the ball ahead of Taremi, and then just came in with a shoulder charge on Ezzatullahi and goes into the referee's book. And Egyptian coach Sam Hassan furious with the referee there, remonstrating. The fourth official, I'm not too sure it was a booking. It certainly looked like a foul on second viewing. He did come a little bit late and just checked. Ezzatullahi with Iran go backwards with the free kick inside their own half. Now just trying to drive down the left-hand side, but Egypt keeping hold of that shape, forcing Iran back into their own space away to our right-hand side. Now they're going to try and look and go over the top towards the ever-progressive Mahamadi down the left-hand side, who ends up being a little bit too progressed up the pitch as Elijah's flag goes up on the opposite side of the pitch. 2.5 minutes then, plus any time to be added on, of which we'll have a couple of minutes added on as they start to show some people in the stands here in the grounds. It's what we have seen a number of times during this tournament. Those that control the cameras show various American celebrities, and if I'm honest, no idea who 99% of them are, as Mohamed Salah races down the right-hand side and draws in the foul, and another booking comes out, and the free kick goes Egypt's way about 5-6 yards off the right-hand corner of the penalty area. It's Ali who's gone into the book, Nemeti, and it's the fourth booking of this first half from the referee. He's trying to keep control of the game. It is a little bit frantic, but Nemeti just coming in a little bit late on Mohamed Salah, just slowing him down, and they just moved the ball back a couple of yards as well, Egypt, just to try and open up the space. The Ajour and Salah both stand over it. Ajour leaves it. Salah goes short, flicks it around the corner to Ajour, but what defending that is. Read like a book. That is beautiful defending from Iran. It was a bit of trickery off the training ground from Egypt. From Salah, laid it to the edge of the penalty area. Ajour, who walked away from the free kick, started then making a run down the right-hand side of the penalty area, but intercepted beautifully from the man that was just booked, Nemeti, with a lovely sliding interception to clear the Iranian lines and to stop Egypt having a shot on goal. Beradvand in the net, and Nemeti, who's a versatile defender, he nearly quit after injury. He's helped pay prisoners' debts before as well inside his own country. Show some